I believe you should be able to see my screen. So let's get this to the slideshow here. Okay, so email marketing. Email marketing has been by far our most effective way to market our business, which is Miracle Fitness, and our average age is 58. Sometimes people ask us, so what age are your clients? Our average age is 58. 3 out of 4 clients are women. So our clients really span that 50 to 70-year-old age range, and email marketing has been very, very effective. We've built an email list of about 3,400. It continues to grow and shrink as we do different offers. And so we found that really to be a very consistent marketing source for us. I've really developed my voice in email marketing, which I believe really is the key. But let's cover just kind of some basic how-tos. Email marketing doesn't work if you don't get emails delivered, if you don't get them opened, and you don't get them clicked to some sort of action. Even if the click is reply to me to get signed up or reply back. The click might be to a YouTube video, it might be to your Facebook page, it might be to a squeeze page, it might be to sign up for an offer, it might be, hey, call me today to get signed up, but you want them to take some sort of action. But the first key is you gotta get them delivered. So you've got to be using some sort of email software system. I'm going to show you what I use here in a little bit when I get done with the PowerPoint. I have used Constant Contact, and I have used FitPro Newsletter for my local fitness business. For mailing all of you, there are times where I use Constant Contact and times where I use Aweber and times where I use MailChimp. So there are a lot of different systems out there. Some have pluses, some have minuses. I have found for the last 3 years, FitPro Newsletter is very effective for me. Obviously, I'm a big fan of Bedros Keuilian and a lot of his products, and FitPro Newsletter has served me very, very well, and I'll show you how easy it is and how it works. So you got to get them delivered, but then you got to get them open, and so we'll talk about how you do that. And the key to that is good subject lines and good content. If you're sending people garbage day after day, they're going to stop opening your emails. And then you have to have some sort of offer or compelling reason for people to click. So obviously you have to avoid spam filters, which again is why you need to use a good service. And I think FitPro Newsletter actually has a little bit better delivery rate now than Constant Contact because so many small businesses are using Constant Contact. In fact, if you did a survey in your local market, you'd probably find 1 out of 3 small businesses in your market are using Constant Contact, and whereas FitPro Newsletter, maybe 1 other fitness business in your town is using it. So, in fact, for several years, no one in my market was using it. Now there's 1 other location. Shorter emails are helpful in terms of getting past spam filters. You don't want to be sending attachments and giant files and things with tons and tons of pictures. Spam filters tend to pick that up. So, obviously, you want to ask to be on their preferred list, and now some email filters like Gmail will actually put you in a promotions file, which is not a good place to be. It's sort of like being sent out on an island. So you want to make sure that you're in their preferred inbox so that they're seeing it. You want to avoid excessive spam words. So your subject lines shouldn't have buy now or guarantee or lots of bolding and exclamation marks or, outrageous claims like lose 20 pounds in 20 days and, something that looks like a spam email, and you probably know what those look like. You get those kinds of things coming into your spam filter. So it needs to look like a real email that's coming from you to a friend or coming from you to an associate or coming from you to a business colleague. And that's really how we want to treat people, right? We don't want them thinking they're getting a sterile corporate email. So keep your subject lines like that and keep your emails like that. They shouldn't be gigantic novels. Even if you want to have a long pitch email, it might be a little bit longer, but it doesn't need to be a gigantic sales page. So how do we get them opened? Your subject line really should equal some sort of a headline. It needs to pique curiosity, right? We're all overwhelmed with quantities of email in our box, and if I don't pique somebody's curiosity, they're never going to open it. So you can send the world's greatest email. If it doesn't get opened, it never existed, right? And so you've got to do something to pique curiosity. Sometimes shocking them is a fine thing to do, as long as it then matches your email. So don't just put a shocking subject line that then disconnects from your email, because people are going to feel like you tricked them, right? So nobody really likes that. Ask a question. Can I have your opinion? Can I have your feedback? I'd like your opinion on this. What would you think about this? Something that makes somebody go, they want something from me. They're curious about something. Create open loops. So something that's sort of, an open loop where somebody's sort of like, I wonder what this is about. Do you know this trainer? Did you know what happened at Miracles? Something that makes somebody go, well, I don't know what they're talking about, right? Symbols, smiley faces, percent signs, things like that. The reply and the forward can be useful. I don't use the forward. I have used the reply. I don't like the forward just because I honestly hated when people forwarded me emails, and so I really don't like using that, but it can be effective in getting people. And then a negative headline. So some of the best headlines or subject lines that I've ever used are things like bad news, or I'm sorry to tell you this, or something like I can't believe we're closing early. Something that's a negative. That's like, oh, I gotta see what happened here. Or if I have a funny video of something my trainers made me do, if I lost a competition or something, I might say something negative about that, like, you're never going to believe what they put me through, or you've got to see what the torturous thing they came up for me recently. Something that piques that sort of negative curiosity, like, oh, I got to check this out. So again, the goal with the subject line is to just create this thought-provoking headline that gets people to open your email, so that now you can have a dialogue with them. So here's just an example of some effective subject lines that I've used, and I've seen other trainers use these as well. Bad news has definitely been effective. I made a mistake. I've used that one. Now, when you use a subject line like bad news or I made a mistake, your email better match that, right? You can't have a subject line that says bad news and then have an email that's all good news about a new program you're offering, right? Bad news could be bad news. Unfortunately, our facility is going to be closed this weekend due to whatever the issue is, and then offer some sort of solution. Or the bad news might be, remember that new program I told you about? Well, tomorrow's the last day to sign up, and I only have 3 spots left. So it has to match that. I made a mistake. Oh man, I make mistakes all the time, and so it's really easy to use this subject line. Like I'll send an email out, and I'll forget to put the link into the video. Like I might send an email out and say, hey, I have this great video for you, and I put the video in there, and I put an image of the video in there, and then I put the wrong link in, right? Well, pretty easy the next day to say, whoops, I made a mistake. People that didn't open it, they still want to see what my mistake is too, right? The reply, I'm sorry. I've used this quite a bit with trial clients and former clients, and then the email goes right into, I'm sorry we've lost you as a client. We'd really like to know how we can get you back. And so just an example of a bunch of subject lines. I'll talk to you tomorrow has been an effective one, especially for a small sign-up program. Thank you. Really, really good open rates on that. Don't eat this food ever. That's been an effective one. Hey, with their name. If your email system can do that, that's great. Mine at this point can't do that because my list has gotten too big and I don't have names in there. But if yours is still small and you have their names, that's really effective. Even just using, hey, did you see this? Really effective. 89% of fitness trainers get this wrong. You can change the number there to 75%, 92%, whatever you think it is in terms of what then you're going to tell people. The I quit forever could be a variety of things, right? It could be something you've quit, right? If you quit smoking, or you quit drinking, or you quit gluten, or you quit doing a particular exercise you discovered was hurting your body. I quit doing sit-ups, whatever it is. I quit running. I quit golfing. I quit playing basketball. You can tell a story, so. Things got bad quickly, a true story. You know, you need to tell stories in your email. You need to be a real person. You need to be a real business owner. You need to be real genuine. You need to be a real personal trainer. So you can tell stories. In fact, Things Got Bad Quickly can be a great lead-in to an interesting client story, right? Where a workout session, went bad and everything went wrong, and then, in the end, you and the client realized, wow, this person needs a lot of help, right? And so there are all kinds of interesting stories I've used in the Things Got Bad Quickly. Sometimes there have been client testimonials where it was a story about a client whose life was spiraling downhill, through, they had a knee surgery, they gained weight, they had another knee surgery, things got bad in a hurry, and then, after Miracles Fitness, things turned around. And so, again, there's a lot of different ways you can then spin a solution to negative problems that people have. So just some examples of subject lines. Obviously, these are not all of them, but you need to be thinking about creating subject lines that get people's attention, especially as your email list gets bigger and bigger. When it grows to over 300 and 400 and 500 people, you've got to be getting them to open your emails. All right, so what do we really want our emails to do? And I think this is the mistake that a lot of trainers make, is they think, well, I'm just going to send out an email newsletter once a week or once a month, but they're not actually selling anything or pushing anything or promoting anything. And so then they think, well, I don't know what email marketing really does for me. And so you've got to sell some sort of action. And the simple way I put it is sell the click. And so you want people to click on something, whether it's to go to a YouTube video to watch you tell them why they need to come train with you, or it's to go to a YouTube video to watch a client testimonial that tells them why they should come train with you, or it's to go to a page that signs them up for a 6-week transformation. You want the email to sell the click, much more so than trying to sell a product or a program in the email. What you really want is the email to drive someone to an action that says, I've got to call Dan and check out about this program. You don't want to try to sell personal training per se in the email. You want to sell some sort of action, like, here's the program, call me today. Here's the program, email me today. And so the click can be simply, the only option you give them is you have to reply to me, or it can be click this link to get signed up, or click this link to go watch this video to get more information. So you want to tell the reader why they should click on that link, make it really obvious. Ideally, put 2 or 3 links in. So you might put one in the intro, the body of your email, and then in your PS line is a really powerful place to put it as well, right down at the end. Ideally, you want to keep the entire email above the fold. So what that means is your email should not drag all the way down the computer screen, right? If somebody has to scroll down, people are inherently lazy, right? If somebody has to scroll down to keep reading your email's gotten too long. Okay, now if you're really good at writing email copy, you can get away with writing emails that are longer and go beyond the fold. But you absolutely should have some sort of call to action above the fold, which means when you take a look at your email, in that top visual screen, there should be some sort of action, whether it's a click this link, call this phone number, email me now. There should be something above the fold. Write like you're talking to a friend. You want to write like you're talking to your best client, okay, or your 5 best clients. You don't want to write like you're talking to a sterile audience. So that really gets into, obviously, the next point here. Be cool, don't preach. You don't want to be talking down to people, like you're the fitness expert and they're the lowly, non-fitness person. Just be your regular self. Short and punchy sentences, keep it simple. People don't want to read novels and emails, right? I mean, they want to read stuff to the point. Keep your lines short. They've even studied what we call visual fatigue. If I have to turn my head, if you notice on this PowerPoint, I tried to follow the rule, right? Keep the entire email above the fold. That's 7 words. You don't have to turn your head to read it. Short and punchy sentences. You don't have to turn your head to read it. If your email, I'm constantly having to scroll from left to right and move my head and move my eyes, I'm going to get tired and I'm not going to read the whole thing. That's how lazy people are, okay? So you want to actually make sure your emails are not too wide. They're only 8 to 10 words per line, and then you go to the next line. No more than 3 lines at a time, and then you'd have a space. Again, you don't want so much text. You don't want to have 10 lines that are all packed together. Ideally, you want to imply some sort of social proof. So if you can mention, you know, a reference, a testimonial, a client experience, those kinds of things, okay? You want to pique curiosity. You want somebody to say, hey, I got to find out more about this trainer, this program, this facility, this whatever it is, okay? So an example might be, hey, sorry, I look a little tired in this video. Here's the link. Use arrows to draw attention to those links. Here's the link again, you know, and so things that sort of pique somebody's curiosity. You know, so the sorry I look a little tired in this video could be a variety of things, right? The person's like, well, were they working out? Are they tired? Or were they doing this in the middle of the night? Or, you know, it just, you don't know, right? It sort of piques your curiosity. Here's something that I know some people struggle with, and I'm going to shift to kind of showing you guys what I do after this and probably enough PowerPoint. But you really need to be sending content. And so when people tell me, oh, I send a newsletter once a month, I say, well, that's great. You know, newsletter once a month is absolutely great. And that's one of the things I love about FitPro Newsletter is it sends a newsletter for me once a week. So I'm sending pure content every week. So if I'm going to stick to this rule of 50% pure content, you know, whether it's an email or pointing to a blog post. So literally I can send an email out that just says, hey, I put up a new blog post for you on my blog, right? That's content, right? I'm not pitching a product. I'm not saying, hey, come train with me. I'm not saying, hey, you're fat, you need to lose weight, or hey, you're getting old, not out of shape. It's just content, right? So half of your emails should be content. Now, content can come in a variety of forms, right? It can be an email with a recipe. It can be an email with, you know, a newsletter. It can be an email with a client testimonial. It can be an email of, you know, an exercise of the day. It can be an email with a link to a YouTube video. It can be an email with a workout. I mean, there's all kinds of different forms of content, right? And all of those are good. And then 25% should be content and offers. So you have content, but in that content there's an offer. So there may be content that is, you know, for example, we'll put out, and I'm going to show you a video that I just put on Facebook. We'll put out some content that says, hey, winter's coming. You better check out this home balance workout because we want to make sure you're workout ready when the winter comes and you can't get in for your training sessions. So that's content. And I might have an offer in there that says, if you're looking for more balance workouts, maybe you want to try one of our small group training sessions that's focused on balance, you know, and so there could be an offer mixed in with content. So while I'm providing good content, maybe I'm giving a video or a workout or a fitness tip, I'm also making an offer or offering a solution to a problem. Then about 1 out of 4 of your emails should literally just be a straight offer, a straight pitch, a straight sales letter piece, literally, you know, promotion for a new program, whether it's a 3-week, a 6-week, a 6-month, whether it's just a promotion for come in and sit down with me for a fitness consultation, a fitness body diagnostic, you know, a fitness physical, whatever you want to call your session to get people in. You know, come try training with me one time. I'll put you through a personal training session. Literally just a straight offer or pitch. Now, you can get away with doing that 1 out of 4 times because the other 3 out of 4 times you're giving people great content, right? If you send 4 emails a week and they're all pitches, they're all, hey, come train with me, they're all pitches, people will eventually tune you out or get off your email list. But if 1 out of 4 times you're doing that, then it's going to be a lot more genuine, especially because your solution should match all this other content, okay? So it's sort of that goodwill index versus profit index, right? If you've built a lot of goodwill with your list, like people are like, wow, they're sending me a lot of great stuff, then they're a lot more likely to accept a pitch, right? So we try to follow this same rule with Functional Aging Institute, right, which is why we're doing all these webinars for you guys. If we offer content, and keep trying to tell people, hey, we want to offer you a lot of great stuff, at some point when we pitch you, hey, you should do this program that costs $399 or our advanced training program that costs $2,000, you're less likely to be upset about it because we've been giving you content. And anytime people violate that rule, if they flip that and they start pitching, and then content, the goodwill index versus profit index gets turned upside down, and pretty soon you just think, Oh, that Dan Ritchie guy just wants to sell me something. He's selling me something again. Oh, he's selling me something again. Oh, he's selling me something again, right? And so you got to make sure you keep this balance. So when you look at this, and this is where sometimes trainers say, well, I can't email people every day. And I say, well, maybe you can't email them every day, but you certainly can email them 4 times a week if you have 3 good content pieces a week. Now, that's a lot of content to produce. I understand that. And so I encourage a lot of trainers to start out at just 2 times a week. And so if you're going to email 2 times a week, that means 2 times the first week is going to be content. The next week might be content and offer, and then the other email is an offer. And you'll space those out so you're keeping good balance to content and offer or pitch. But ideally, you can get to where you're emailing people 3 or 4 times a week, especially once you start to pile up more content. And as you produce more and more videos, you really have an endless supply of content. I mean, we've got dozens of workouts on our YouTube channel, so I can email out pure content literally as much as I want. If I wanted to email out pure content every single day, I could do that. And so sometimes if I know I want to pitch hard, guess what I'll do? I'll do pure content hard, right? I'll send out lots of free videos, lots of great content, FitPro newsletter, all kinds of great stuff. I might send, my top 5 favorite FitPro newsletters over the last 6 months, resend those, and so I'm just overloading people with great content, right? Then I might have a hard week where I pitch 3 or 4 times, but I've built up that goodwill before I do that. So let me show you, I'm going to jump out of PowerPoint here, and I'm going to show you how FitPro newsletter works for me. So here's our YouTube channel. And if you want to follow us on YouTube or, just stay in touch with what we're doing, our YouTube channel is Miracles Fitness. And so I just posted this workout, Home Balance Workout Part 2, on our Facebook page. We've got, I want to say, slightly over 100 videos on YouTube. This one happens to be in the workouts playlist. There are 18 of them in the workouts playlist, and there's a whole bunch of different stuff, from countdown workouts to high-intense workouts to simple home balance workouts, all sorts of stuff. So I'm going to jump over here to FitPro newsletter. I'm in my account. I've already logged in. I need to move the webinar thing so I can see what I'm doing. Okay, so I'm logged in. You can see I've got 3,377 people that are active on my email list. Cool thing is I've added 60 new this month, so that's 60 new people that have gotten onto my email list. Most of those have come through Facebook marketing, and I'll show you that here in just a little bit. You can see this shows me, and I just logged in right before we started the webinar, so this is kind of my home page. It tells me I'm eligible for a subscription upgrade that would save me da-da-da-da-da. So I haven't looked into this. I'm not even sure what that means. That's always there. So this is my dashboard when I log in. So it shows me my upcoming newsletters, the dates they're scheduled to deliver, the new magazine issue that comes out the first of the month. So I've added 60 people. That's great. My last issue went out November 20th. It went out to 3355. So you can see I've added 22 people just since last Thursday. So that's great. 20 new people coming onto my list. 724 opened. That's pretty good for me. I average somewhere between 20 and about 23% opening my newsletter, and I'm pretty happy with that. That's a pretty big number of people opening my newsletter. We have about 300 clients, so 724 people are opening our newsletter. So just to give you a quick rundown before I show you actual email marketing, just so you see FitPro newsletter, you can see this is the upcoming newsletter, and it's very editable. So I put in this Miracles Fitness e-newsletter. I could put in my picture here. I've done that in the past, but I'm tired of seeing my picture on stuff, so I've taken it out. I have put my picture up here before. Right now I have right at the top our free ebook. Click here to grab your copy of our functional longevity report, so people get that all the time. So refresh your workout 5 ways. And the email subject line on this is refresh your workout 5 ways, right? So kind of a consistency there, right? So there's 5 simple tips. People like tip lists. They absolutely like tip lists. That's just the way people are, right? We're all we like top 10 lists, top 5 lists, top 8 lists, right? ESPN top 10 plays. The Beckham catch should have been all 10 today, probably. So festive turkey burgers. This one's going out Thanksgiving week. I think this one's is scheduled to go out on Wednesday. So so I can preview this. See, this is what it's going to look like in somebody's email. See how it's not very wide. It's trying to stick to this rule of 3 lines. But I can add more stuff over here if I want to. I try not to. So, and then if I wanted to look ahead at a future newsletter, I can do that as well. And I can change these by adding a variety of different things. If I want to add content, I can add an image. I can add a testimonial. I can do a variety of things. So it's very modifiable, which is great. I love that. I can go in here and put this in my own voice, right? Like if there's something in here that I'm like, I would never say that, or that isn't consistent with me, I can go in and change it. In most cases, it's very consistent with how I think, but if I want to change the recipe or take the recipe out, I can do all that. And it's really simple to not send it. Newsletter delivery off, delivery day, number of times a week. So if I want to send it the first week, the third week, and the 5th week when there are 5th weeks, 5 Wednesdays, I can do that. I can decide who gets it. So these are all my different groupings. So I've got short-term trial clients. I've got the 1,500-pound challenge going on, current basic membership, current one-on-one and group training clients, former clients, all these different categories, right? Well, I want everyone to get my newsletter, but if I didn't, I could check a box. So let's say I don't want my homepage opt-in people to get it. I could say, okay, they're never going to see it. So really simple. Now, how I use FitPro Newsletter then for email marketing, really simple. I go to broadcast. I want to send out an email, okay? So on the 20th, I sent out final 2 days to register for the 1,500-pound challenge. That went out to 3,100 people. Now, it didn't go out to my entire list. I did not send this to my clients because this was a promo program. So 524 people opened it, 17% opened. And if you look back, let's see, here's actually the first one I sent on the 1,500-pound challenge, and that one got a better open rate, 661, 22%. Sort of makes sense. By the time I get to here, there's less people interested. Some have already signed up. Others have said, oh, he's emailing me about the 1,500-pound challenge again. I don't want to see that. So I'm kind of letting people know what's in the email. Now, some of these were just sort of teasers, right? Do you have a holiday survival plan? It fed in to this 1,500-pound challenge. This email here, the 1,500-pound challenge starting tomorrow, if you notice, only went to 43 people. That went to my group of 1,500-pound challenge people. And at that time, when that email went out, there were only 43 people in this email list, and I've now grown it to 62, which is very nice. So these are all people interested. And I can even see where these people came from. So these people were added. They basically just walked in, or they heard about it. All these list builder people came through Facebook. So they actually saw an ad on Facebook, and they wound up opting in. Let's see how many. A lot came through Facebook, as you can see. So here's a manual one. I remember Dev Akant. He actually came in and met with me. Came in and met. Not sure where David came from. David may have been on our email list and signed up. So, but you can see most of them came through list builders. So these are probably primarily those new 55 people on our email list this month, which is great because that means we'll be able to market to these people as long as they stay on our email list. So if I jump back to my dashboard again, you can see new this month 60. Most of those people are all in that 1,500-pound challenge. So email marketing, really simple here, broadcasts. One nice thing about FitPro Newsletter is there are a lot of done-for-you broadcasts. The one downside is most of them really are not age-friendly. I use some of them from time to time when we're trying to hit our 40 to 60 female audience. But for the most part, I'm doing email messaging just from scratch. So I put in my subject line, put in my email message. I can put in images, links, all kinds of things. Okay, so it's really very user-friendly, very easy. You got previews and all sorts of things like that. Really nice. Other bonus features is the autoresponder feature. So when our 1,500-pound challenge started, what we did was we actually set up 2 automatic emails. So anybody that signed up through Facebook, and you can see now we've had 54 people sign up, they automatically get these 2 messages, which I've written. So I wrote the 1,500-pound holiday fitness challenge, basically gives all the details to the program to anyone who signs up through our Facebook squeeze page. And then a day later, they basically get the call to action like, hey, you haven't done what we told you, you need to reply, please do this, 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 and this, all those action points. Click here, email here, show up here, pay now, all those kinds of things. So kind of pretty straightforward, kind of walk their hand, lead them through it. These go out automatically. I don't have to do anything. Anybody that has signed up through Facebook is going to automatically get this message, and then they can reply back to it. And I've actually given them a link to a YouTube video. So they're going to get this email from me, basically giving them the outlines of the whole program, what we need them to do, email us back, on and on and on. And then, hey, here's some social proof. If you click on this, you're going to wind up at our YouTube channel, and you're going to see this video with Laura Kirtley, who used to be a TV news anchor, right? So I'm kind of supporting what I'm doing, and that I'm an expert, and I actually am going to help people. So autoresponders, really nice. And then the pages feature we use, so for the Facebook program, we actually created this page here, interested in the 1,500-pound challenge, register today and download this free report. We put an ad on Facebook, and people that clicked on the ad wound up on this page. So it's an actual squeeze page. FitPro Newsletter does all this for you. Here's the page they would land on from the Facebook ad. So the Facebook ad would match some sort of, 1,500-pound challenge, talking about, trying to lose weight during the holidays, not gaining weight during the holidays. Click here if you're interested. They wind up here, they put their email in, and that's how we got those 50-some new emails. So pretty simple, but very, very effective. And now those people are on our email list, and so we can continue to market to them for as long as we'd like, which is obviously the goal. So that's great. Okay. So let's jump to Facebook. I think I've spent enough time on email marketing. Obviously, there's more to it. If you've got questions about FitPro Newsletter, you can go ahead and post those here in the webinar. I'll try to answer some of those towards the end. The nice thing about FitPro Newsletter is that you can try it, I think, for like $1, and so it's a really easy thing to try. If it's something you want to sign up for, I can probably get you a discount with it, since buddies with Bedros, and he likes to help you guys out. So if it's something you think you definitely want to do, if you don't have an email database, it's time to get one. Some of my coaching clients with an email list as small as 80 people, I've been able to help them get 4 or 5 new clients just using some email marketing strategies. So it really is a pretty simple thing. So let's jump to Facebook just for a few minutes before we run out of time, and I do want to save a little bit of time to get to some of your questions, because I know some of you probably have questions. So I'm going to jump to Facebook just quickly here. I'm on our Miracles Fitness Facebook page. And our Miracles Fitness Facebook page, pretty simple, facebook.com/miraclesfitness. It's actually Miracles Fitness Greater Lafayette. There are some Miracles Fitness in New Jersey, but they're not us. They're not affiliated with us. So we have 1,092 likes, and I know some of the common questions I get from trainers are, should I use my personal page or should I use my fan page? My short and simple answer to that is yes. You really should use both. I use my personal page, and I share my Miracles Fitness stuff. But I use my personal page as a personal page, and I use my business page as a business page. You should use both. I think if you don't have a business page, you should start one, start building one. Even if you're a solo personal trainer and it's just Bob Smith Training, and you don't have a particular name, get one started. It just gives you some other abilities and things you might want to post that you don't want to post on your personal page. And also, when you do advertising, you can drive people to like your page. And so when you post an ad and they see, Miracle Fitness and they want to like your page, you don't have people friend requesting you, that you don't necessarily want to be friends with. They actually just can like your page. So, so I encourage you to have both, use both, and blend the two. But over time, obviously, you want to see this number growing and growing. We're pretty happy that we've crossed over 1,000. That's pretty significant for us in our market, and it does allow us to have some significant reach. And so I'm going to scroll through our page a little bit. I'm going to show you we've broken a lot of my rules here recently. So I put this up 48 minutes ago, and I'm going to show you how I did this, because sometimes I think people don't know how to put a YouTube video up, and they break those rules, and they have all these messy links in here, right? You can put the link up. Facebook will take care of it for you. I can click right to this video. It'll play right here, but then somebody could go to our YouTube channel if they wanted to, okay? Now I can boost this post. I'll talk a little bit about that later. In most cases, you're not going to want to boost posts, but every once in a while we'll boost them because it makes sense. So this one here, for example, I boosted, and this was driving people, again, to the 31 recipe opt-in page. And so I can show you our results for that. So you can see we paid $9, and we got 814 people through that reach. And we got 23 actions. We got 16 link clicks, which means people went to this page where they could give us their email address. And I'm willing to pay about 50 cents to get somebody to a squeeze page. And I would pay $2 to $3 to actually get them to opt in, because I know once they get on our email list, eventually they're going to give us hundreds and hundreds of dollars, maybe thousands and thousands. So I'm willing to spend some money. Now, you might not be in the category where you're willing to spend money just yet, and that's totally fine. I understand that. But as your email list grows and you start to determine what 10 people on your email list are worth, you'll start to realize spending $9 to get 16 people that then translate into 8 or 9 emails may actually be worth somewhere between $1,200 and $1,500 to you. So that $9 is the best $9 you ever spent if you can get $1,500 in return. So now Facebook's pretty savvy, right? Add budget. $2, I can add $2 if I want to turn that back on. So let's turn it back on, okay? I could increase that, so now I have $2 left. So the 987 people that were reached, it shows you 173 were organic and 814 were paid. Now, obviously, I can increase this number to whatever I want, right? Facebook will let me spend all kinds of money if I want. I can enter my own budget. But we're just going to add the $2. So great. That's going to be back in people's news feeds, okay? Now, interesting thing I want you to see is, on average, organic posts are going to be seen between 15 and 20% of my audience, okay? So Facebook is pretty savvy in that they want to make money, right? They want, trying to see what I'm showing you at the moment. There we go. They want me to spend money to boost my posts, which is fine. I understand that. They're running a business too. So here, my 1,500-pound challenge, I boosted this just a little bit. My organic was $273. My paid was $1,544. Let's see what I paid for that. Let's see what kind of activity I got on that. So I spent $20 on this, and I got 50 link clicks. And this actually drove quite a few of those email addresses that you saw. Now, I'm going to tell you why typically I don't boost posts very often, but I will do it for some of these promo programs because it makes sense. And they've gotten better with boosting. Here's another one that I boosted. This one, 191 people reached. Here's 147. Here's 202. Not sure why Facebook's taken that image down. 140, 140, 158. Here's my son. So, hey, I put up real stuff, right? My son sang a solo, and he was running a citrus sale at both our locations. So put that up. Real stuff, real people. This one only 86 people reached. Here's 291, 180, 121, 131, 170, 201, 434. So that one's pretty good. 211, 171. So you can see all kinds of posts as we go back. Here's another one that was boosted for our Labor Day sale. This one we probably spent a fair amount on, 2,639. Well, 20 bucks, so that's pretty good. For 20 bucks, I'm pretty happy with that. So the other thing I want to show you on Facebook, and when I said we violate our rules, I really think you should be posting on average 2 to 3 times a day. For sure to be posting 14 times a week on average, and we don't always do that very well. So you can see on the 7th we posted, on the 9th we posted, on the 12th we posted, on the 12th we posted again, and then we haven't posted since the 12th. So we've been breaking our rules pretty badly here recently. So we're gonna ramp that back up. I lost one of my key staff people who used to post on Facebook 15 times a week. She would schedule a bunch of posts on Friday and plug those in. So since we lost her, we haven't been as consistent, which is not good. So don't do that. Make sure you're posting consistently. So the reason you can post 2 and 3 times a day, your 1,000 people, let's say you have 100, your 100 people, only 25 of them are going to see your post. So if you post 3 times, odds are most people are only going to see you post once. Some people won't see you post at all. So it's okay to be posting 2 and 3 times. That's absolutely fine. So now let's take a look at ads. So I'll show you some of the ads that I've got going. You can create an ad or you can manage ads. So in manage ads, you can see all the different ads I've had, all across the last couple of years. Not all the not delivering ones are old ads. I could reuse these, re-engage these, turn them back on if I wanted to. Some of them you can see. Let's see if we can find one where I spent. So here's 20 bucks, 30 bucks, 5 bucks. Trying to find one. Here's 82 bucks, 5,309. Some of these I spent. Here's one I spent a lot of money on, $70,000. Okay, this is a big one. So currently, these 2 are active. I've spent $189 on this one, $13 today. So let's take a look at this one. I believe this is the one that has driven most of the 1,500-pound challenge activity. So typically in an active ad set, you can have multiple different ads. They'll all be the same headline. They'll all be the same opt-in page, that sort of thing, but the image can be different. And the interesting thing is what you'll find is, so this one I've gotten 31 website clicks. It's costing me $1.31 per website click. My reach is 1570. Here's my frequency, my activity all across. It's actually not great. I'm not thrilled with $1.31 per website click. This one was killing it early on, and it's really slowed down. So, but these are all pretty similar. This one, 94 website clicks, $1 per click, 11 website clicks. But I also look at not just the clicks, but also the impressions or the reach. Okay, so there's a lot of people seeing this in their feed, and I'm targeting this. You can't see this in my manage ads, but I'm targeting this to a specific population. And so what I'm finding in my market is that women are seeing me in Facebook quite a bit. And so I'm kind of getting into women's heads, if you would say, in our market. Our market's about 170,000 people. But I target, this ad is being targeted to about 3,500 trying to see, I'm not sure if it's going to let me see actually my targets. See if I can edit the ad. Here we go. Click edit. See if it will show in my demographics. Yeah, I'm not sure it's going to. So I know particularly when I ran these ads, I know that I was, oh, here it is. Okay. So I'm targeting 37 to 62-year-olds, education level, college grad, income. I actually am targeting 3 income categories. So you can do 75 to 100,000, 100 to 125, and then over 125. If you just pick one of these, then your size is much smaller. Language, I wanted English. I wanted people not connected to Miracles Fitness Greater Lafayette. So I don't want any of my Miracles Fitness Greater Lafayette fans to see these ads in their news feed, right? They already like my page. I can reach them by posting, okay? It's ongoing. 15 bucks a day is all I'm spending. Bid for website clicks. Your bid will be optimized to get more clicks. Now, I could change that price. Sometimes people will say, well, just bid 50 cents a click and see what you get. And I've tried that. And in my market, typically, if I'm trying to save a few cents on my website clicks, I don't get as many, and so I'm willing to pay a little bit more. But you can, some people can get pretty savvy with that and say, well, I'm going to bid for, cheaper clicks in my market. So I could edit my ad budget. So it looks like this is going to men and women. I've run some ads that just go to women. But this particular ad's going to both, but just this age range. And with all these parameters, this age range, Lafayette and West Lafayette, Indiana, and it's just city, so it's not, you can add plus 10 miles. I did not add plus 10 miles. So with college grad and all these, it narrowed it down to about 3,000 to 4,000 people. So it's a pretty small sampling of people. And so when you look at 1,500, 1,900, 700, 1,100, 900. People are seeing me in their Facebook news feed. Some people are seeing it 2 and 3 times. And that's kind of what I want. So it's not just the clicks, but it's that consistency as well, which I'm getting into my target market. And different ads, I do different age ranges depending on it. So let's take a look at another one real quick. One that I did that was a little more older focused. Let's see if I can find it. Okay, let's look at this one here. This one actually I did 37 to 65 plus. Facebook's really funny. So the highest age category is 65 plus. There's nothing higher than that. So if you want to hit 65 and everybody above, you have to hit 65 plus. Let's see if I can find one more ad that was definitely older focused. Let's see. Let's take a look at this one here. Oh, that one's 33. This one's female only. This is actually a more national campaign we ran. That's why we spent so much money on it. You can see $699. We reached 70,000 people. We had 1,000 people click to our website. Now, some people would say, well, gee, you spent $700 on Facebook. But these 1,000 people went to a website where they were buying something that was $67. So we only needed 10 of them to buy to recoup that money. So it was money well spent in the end. For our local training program, I find it much more bang for the buck because I can really focus it and target it down. I'm trying to find an ad set for you that shows some of our older. Okay, so here's one I ran, primarily just looking to boost kind of our local Facebook page. This is one of our trainers. This one did not perform well at all, so I quickly turned it off. It just wasn't getting page likes, wasn't getting activity, so I was like, okay, I'll take that one off. This one performed quite a bit better, 6 page likes, a lot more activity. People like that image. This was a former TV news anchor. People liked that. That did pretty well. People didn't seem to care for the fact that I won the Personal Trainer of the Year. That's fine. It's funny how people in your own town don't seem to care how big a deal you are sometimes. kind of funny. And here's just a picture of facility. This one actually did the best. 62 page likes out of that. Huge reach. So that jumped our numbers on page likes. Let's see if this shows me. Let's look at one more, and then we'll jump to questions that you guys have. Actually, I'll show you how to create an ad real quick because it's really easy. A lot of times people say, well, I've never done Facebook ads. I don't know how to do it. It's really easy, and you can spend $5 a day and see what happens. I mean, it's really affordable, and you don't have to do it every day. You can just do it a couple days a week and just kind of test it out and see what it does for you. And if you get some activity to your Facebook page, or not even your Facebook, but to your website, or get more people opting into your email list, you can really see the difference it makes. Okay, here we go. Our Memorial Day sale. I know I ran some ads here that were more age-focused. Not that one, obviously. Not that one either. Let's see. So our targeting there was 18 to 65 plus. We basically targeted everybody with one of our trainers jumping on the box. And that was for our Memorial Day sale, and that Facebook activity drove thousands of dollars of business for us. So if you're having a big sale, definitely encourage you to use some Facebook to get some social media moving. That can be really, really popular. So again, you can see we've run all kinds of different ad campaigns. Here's an ad campaign I ran. This ad basically just trying to get people to click on the ad to watch this video that I created for people. Again, this was for women only, 37 to 65 plus. I didn't do income, so you can see 12,600 people in our Lafayette and West Lafayette market were able to see that. And then we can see that drive YouTube views. So not only do we see, the post engagements and the clicks, but then we see, oh, people are seeing our YouTube video, which for me, video has been really, really powerful because then people start to connect with who I am, what I'm about. I'm sitting in this office right now where this whiteboard is. And so it just makes more of a powerful personal connection. And this is popping up in somebody's news feed. They see it, and if they're thinking about Miracles Fitness, or they're thinking about personal training, or any of those kinds of things, they click on that, and then they get to see that video. So let me just show you real quick how easy it is to create an ad. It really is easy, and Facebook obviously wants to make it easy for you. So if you want to promote your page, you want to get some likes, this works. Absolutely guarantee you this works. You can get 50 more likes by promoting your page. If you want to increase conversions on your website, if you want to send people to your website, if you want to boost your posts, all these things are here. So let's send people to your website. So the website can be whatever website you choose. It could be our home page. It could be a consultation page, a squeeze page for a 1,500-pound challenge. It could be a functional health summit. So let's send it to our home page. So that's where they're going to go when they click on the ad. And then I can say, who do I want to target to? Well, do I want to do a Facebook ad to all the United States? No, I don't want all the United States seeing my ad, right? I only want my market seeing it. So I want West Lafayette, Indiana. Now Facebook will often add this plus 25 miles, right? And now they're going to show me 18 to 65 plus, West Lafayette plus 25 miles, 122,000 people. Well, I don't want to target 122,000 people. In fact, I only want to hit West Lafayette City. Look at that, dropped it to 42,000. Then I could add another city if I wanted, or another township. I can change the age range. Let's change it to 50 to 65 plus. Look at that, just dropped it to 5,200. Let's do just women. 3,200, perfect. I'm kind of in my sweet spot. Now, this small of an age range with just women, if I start to get more narrow, if I start to do financial income, 75,000, I'm going to get too narrow. They're going to say your audience is now too narrow for ads because it's fewer than 1,000 people. So let's add these other incomes and see if we get it back to there. Probably not. Still too narrow. So I might have to go all, or I might have to broaden my age range. Probably my age range a little bit. Let's go 45 and see if we get there. Still a little bit too narrow. So I might just take the income out, or I might add plus 10 miles. Now I'm up into Facebook's sweet spot. I can add interests if I want. I typically don't do that. Budget $5 per day, optimize website clicks or clicks for impressions. So it really is pretty simple, and then once you do that, then you can start adding in the images you want. So you can add up to 6 images. These can be, all kinds of images you've created at your facility, images you've taken, stock photos, all kinds of different stuff. You can browse Facebook's gigantic library of stock images. These are images that I've used in the past. So my image library, I can upload images, and there's all kinds of different stock images as well. Okay, so I want to open it up for a few questions at this point. So go ahead and post your questions, and I'm going to see if I can change my screen here for just a second. So I've got to get to where I can see your questions, and I'm going to stop showing my screen for just a moment because I want to pull up your questions. Okay. Looks like we got a bunch of questions here. So Jan, just a minute ago, Dan, if I send people to a squeeze page instead of my website to collect emails for our pre-sale promotion, would I use the Promote Your Page campaign or one of the other campaigns? So you can do either, Jan. So you actually can use the create an ad, and the ad can go to whatever page you want. So the ad can go to a squeeze page. It can go to your website. We'll send people to our home page, and on our home page we've got an opt-in. So you can do either, and you can boost a post, or you can run ads. Now, the Promote Your Page campaign is typically designed to just build likes to your Facebook page. So when Facebook says, is your goal of this ad or this advertising to promote your page, then your ads primarily are getting people to like your Facebook page. All right, Stephen B., I've got a question. When you run ads, you promote your page, your posts, or your offers most frequently with a ratio for ads higher than 15% offers, 60% page like ads, 25% Facebook posts. Great question. Honestly, I would say I'm closer to the third. Probably maybe lower on the page likes at this point, now that we're over 1,000. And so our ads tend to be promotions for offers, and I would say our ads that we run are primarily going to be promotions for a sale coming up or a short-term program. Both the 15-minute round challenge we're running right now, which is a 4-week sort of holiday fitness survival program. The ads are running for that. The page likes, we haven't run as much lately since we were pretty happy once we crossed 800 actually. But we used to probably run those about a third of the time. We'd run campaigns just to get more page likes. And then about a third of the time we would boost Facebook posts. And sometimes we boost posts that we just see are kind of taking off organically. And so if a post takes off organically 400 or 500, we're like, oh, people are interested in this. We'll bump it even more. So, all right. Hey, Dan, would you promote yourself through Facebook if you were working in a big box gym and they were taking 60%, I assume you mean of your revenue, or would you wait until you become independent? Honestly, I'd probably have a hard time spending money on Facebook to then put 60% of that money in somebody else's pocket, unless the big box gym was going to help pay you for some of that revenue you're generating. So if you're gonna say, hey, I got this client from Facebook, I want you to pay for the Facebook money, then maybe I would do it. But otherwise, it's one of those things you don't want to spend a lot of money building a business for somebody else. So you kind of have to be careful with that. So in that particular case, I would spend time building your brand on Facebook, building your reputation, building your page, building your fans, building your connections or your friends personally, so that when you do open your own place, you have a presence. And so if you can build a personal training page and build a lot of followers there, that's going to help you when you go to open. So do you have a sample of an ad targeted to the adult population or a sales page? Yes, I do have several of those, so I'll have to email some of those out to you. I was having trouble finding those tonight. So Brett Cohen, will we have access to this webinar to review the steps? I sure hope so. I recorded it. And assuming the recording works, I'll be able to send this out to you so you guys can watch this over and over. So, Terry Ford, do you know if you have to pay to have a business Facebook page? Absolutely not. Business Facebook pages are free. You can set up a fan page really, really quickly, just about any name that you want. So Miracles Fitness, for example, I believe was already taken. So we took Miracles Fitness Greater Lafayette, since we're in Greater Lafayette market, since there is a Miracles Fitness in New Jersey. So you may not be able to get the exact name that you want, but it does not cost anything to set up a business Facebook page. When creating Facebook ads, from Stephen B. here, is it more beneficial to start with promoting your page first and gaining likes, or can I gain an effective result going straight for offers? You can gain effective results going straight for offers. So you really can do both. And some people I know don't spend a lot of time or any money promoting their page first or gaining likes. They just use Facebook to drive people to a squeeze page to get their email address so then they can sell them training programs. So with the 65-plus crowd, are there a lot of technological immigrants? What is the best format to reach them? Honestly, the fastest growing age demographic on Facebook right now is 55-plus women. And the 65-plus demographic, they don't seem to be studying quite as closely, but we know it's growing there as well. But I really believe the sweet spot on Facebook is the 55 to 65 crowd. They are on there. Grandma is on there. She's following her kids. She's following her grandkids. She's doing the pictures and all that kind of stuff. And so, they're really liking that. How do you make the ad on Facebook to new people that aren't connected to your business? So pretty simple. I showed that when you hit the create ad, it gives you a choice who sees your ad, and you can click specifically saying, I do not want people connected to Miracles Fitness to see that. And so whatever your business name is, you can specifically say, I don't want people connected to this page, which means people that like that page to see your ad. So Alicia Bell, do you ever boost posts for ebooks that aren't free to your target market? Absolutely. Or do you always want to try to grow your list with trying to give them free content in exchange for their email? I boost posts for ebooks that aren't free. Sure. If I find an ebook that, whether it's mine or someone else's, that I can make money selling through Facebook and that works, I will do that. And that I have seen that be effective in the past. Facebook, I will say, Alicia, is not a great medium for selling lots of online products. Facebook is a social environment. It's sort of like when you go to the coffee shop, you're not necessarily looking to buy a book, right? And so when people go to Facebook to hang out and see stuff that's going on, you might post a really compelling ebook, but they're not necessarily in the mood to buy a book. But you can do it. You can have some success, but it's not as successful as email. You're better off getting them on your email list and then selling them an ebook through that. So Juan asks, how many likes are enough for a great audience? That really depends on your market, and it depends on how many clients you're looking for. So for us, once we got the 400 likes, we really had a great audience, and we had the ability to reach a lot of people, and we started to see a big impact. When we crossed over 400 likes, we started posting our Labor Day sale a couple years ago, and we started having people coming in saying, I heard about it through Facebook. And I was like, I don't know how they heard about it through Facebook. People shared our posts about the Labor Day sale through Facebook. And when we got to that level, 400 likes, we started to see thousands of dollars in revenue come in, where somebody would come in and say, I want to sign up for a year of training, and they'd drop $2,500, $3,500 on us, and they heard about it through Facebook. And I'm like, wow, this Facebook thing's for real. You can make some real money on Facebook posts. So for us, it was at about 400. Now, depending on the size of your market, and the size of your clientele, and the size of your business, it might be 200. It might be 1,000. Can you send slides from email marketing? Content went too fast and sound quality went in and out. I am sorry about that. I didn't realize the sound was checking in and out. I can definitely send the email slides along. My hope is to send out the whole webinar. So, Patricia Bradley, sorry about the terminology. What's a squeeze page and what's a boost post? Really simple. A squeeze page is a page that somebody goes to put their email address in. So see if I can show you here's a squeeze page. So it's a page where somebody goes, and what we're trying to do is squeeze their email address out of them. Okay, so interested in the 1,500-pound challenge? Register today. You get this free ebook. Big arrow here, right? Kind of pointing somebody where to go. Instant access, enter email, get access now. That's a squeeze page. So it's a page where we're trying to squeeze an email address from someone. And then boost post, quite simply, if I go back to my Miracles Fitness page here, anytime that I want to leave this page. Anytime that I post something, I can boost it. Okay, so I posted this YouTube workout, and I can boost it, which basically means I can pay to have more people see it. Facebook basically said, so right here I hit the boost button. I can set these parameters too, right? Like, I only want women to see it. No, I want everybody to see this home balance workout. And maybe I only want people 57 to 65 plus to see it, right? Because it's kind of a home balance workout, right? I boost that. I'm spending 20 bucks, but I can stop it at any time. So I'll stop it later tonight because I probably don't want to boost that. Okay. Hope that answered that question. What's the difference in business before and after using FitPro newsletter? Oh man, great question, Terry. I guess I would say I started using FitPro newsletter in 2010, around July of 2010. I had been using Constant Contact before that. Our email list has steadily grown, and I would say our revenue has almost tripled since we started using FitPro newsletter. Now, is it just because of email marketing? No, but I can honestly say email marketing has been our #1 client-generating revenue source over the last 3 years. It brings in new clients, it brings in trial clients, and it communicates to people all over. So huge, huge difference in our business. Last couple of questions here I'll take real quick. Is there anywhere else you have found it beneficial to advertise locally besides Facebook? Would you say Facebook is more effective than local papers or magazine ads? Absolutely. I have done local newspaper, I've done local magazine. Facebook's more effective. I have found YouTube to be more effective. I've got almost 30,000 views. I think we're 25,000 maybe. Let's see if we can find it here. I think you can all see my YouTube page here. Let's see if I can get to my channel and see our views. Here we are, 24,900 views, 92 subscribers. I'm not that concerned about that. I'm concerned about the number of people that have seen our videos, and that has been really big for us locally, that people are seeing me and getting to know me via video. And so I found that to be far more effective than print ads. The other thing we have found actually really effective in our small market is television ads, because you can get cable networks now to really focus in, you can buy cheap TV ads on cable, actually far more cost-effective than newspaper and magazine. When you post an ad or boost a post, do you disconnect it from people connected to your page? Typically, I do. Not always, but typically, if I boost it, I'm boosting it to people not already fans of our page. And if I run an ad, I almost always say, don't let my fans see this. What days do you think are the best to post on Facebook? I would say every day of the week. Though there are actually statistics out there, and they do change, but some people would say Wednesday at 11 a.m. is the best time. Some people say Saturday mornings is the best time. I think if you're consistently posting, you're going to hit those times. And so, you know, Monday morning people get back to work. Unfortunately, they're not working. They're checking Facebook, right? Or as soon as they have a break at work, they're checking their Facebook, right? Their lunchtime, they're checking Facebook. So certainly Mondays and Wednesdays are big days, but Saturday mornings are really big days as well. You know, Friday night, probably not as good. Sunday morning, probably not as good. But consistency is going to be the key. And you can schedule these posts out, you know, so you shouldn't be saying, oh, on Monday I got to make sure I post. No, on Friday afternoon, you can schedule all your posts for the next week. And that's actually when we were most effective, when Celia was scheduling all our posts for a week out. So, all right, well, I've gone well over my hour that I said I would. I hope this was helpful to you. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you heard me well. I'm going to stop my recording here and sign off for the night. You all know I hope how to email me or contact me, but if you don't, the simplest and easiest way to do that is through the functionalaginginstitute.com website. Again, that's functionalaginginstitute.com. We actually have some marketing materials there for you as well if you want to grab some more you know, simple solutions in terms of how to reach out to some of the older clients. So my contact is there. It's really simple, contact@functionalaginginstitute.com. And so you can reach out to us there. That's probably the best way to reach us and find out more about what we're doing. We are going to have 4 more webinars over the next 4 weeks, so hopefully you'll get signed up for those as well. So again, if you're not on our email list, you just want to go to functionalaginginstitute.com. You can get our starter kit manual where we give you some basic tips on training the mature client and also some marketing tips. And we're actually going to be updating that real soon, so you'll want to watch for that, where we're going to do a whole marketing presentation. We've got a lot of resources there. So if you want to track me down, functionalaginginstitute.com is the best place to do that. And thanks for attending tonight. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.